There's something orbiting our planet. It's not a natural satellite, and it's not one of ours. Astronauts have seen it. Radar stations have tracked it. But no one, no government, no space agency, can explain what it really is. They call it the Black Knight satellite, and according to some, it's been watching us for 13,000 years.
It started with a sound. In 1899, Nikola Tesla was experimenting with his high-voltage transmitters, searching for ways to send power through the air. One night, his instruments began to pick up a strange rhythmic signal, too structured to be static, too organized to be random. He wrote that he believed it was a message from another world. No one took him seriously, but Tesla was convinced something out there was trying to communicate. And decades later, others would hear it too.
Fast forward to the 1950s. Before satellites filled the sky, military radar began detecting an unknown object orbiting Earth. It wasn't American, it wasn't Soviet. It was just there, silent, moving against expected flight paths. Newspapers around the world called it a mystery satellite, and the Pentagon had no answers. Then, in 1960, a U.S. Navy radar station officially tracked it. They claimed it was a lost piece of space debris, but there was only one problem. There was no debris in orbit at that time. Whatever this was, it shouldn't have been there.
In 1963, astronaut Gordon Cooper was orbiting Earth aboard Faith 7, the final flight of the Mercury program. On his last orbit, Cooper reported seeing a glowing green object moving near his capsule. Ground control confirmed radar contact with something unknown, following the same path. When Cooper landed, NASA silenced his report. The transcript vanished, and Cooper himself was ordered not to speak publicly. But years later, he did. He told interviewers, "I don't care what they say, I know what I saw." In 1998, during NASA's STS-88 mission, astronauts aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour captured several photographs of a dark, oddly shaped object drifting in orbit. The pictures were uploaded by NASA and then quietly removed, but not before people noticed. The object was angular, metallic. It didn't look like a satellite, it looked ancient. NASA later claimed it was a thermal blanket that had drifted away during a spacewalk, but engineers pointed out the inconsistencies. The size, shape, and trajectory didn't match. And if it was just a blanket, why did it stay in orbit for years afterward? Here's where things get even stranger. In the 1970s, researchers in Norway and Scotland began analyzing mysterious radio signals that had been bouncing back from space, delayed by seconds, as if something in orbit was reflecting them. When those signals were mapped, they appeared to form coordinates, a pattern. The decoded map pointed to a star system, Epsilon Boötis, located 203 light-years away. According to the data, that's exactly where the message originated. And get this, that system hosts a sun-like star and a planet potentially capable of supporting life. Some scientists speculated that the Black Knight satellite could be a probe sent by an ancient civilization from Epsilon Boötis thousands of years ago to monitor developing life on Earth. But here's what makes it truly chilling. Ancient Sumerian, Egyptian, and Mayan texts all speak of watchers or sky gods who descended from the heavens and taught humanity knowledge. They all describe the same thing:
a dark object in the sky that glowed like fire and spoke in pulses. Thousands of years before we had telescopes, ancient people were describing something eerily similar to what modern science calls the Black Night. Coincidence or continuity? Every few years, photos of the Black Night reappear online before vanishing again. NASA dismisses them. Governments deny involvement. But the object remains. Astronomers who've tried to track it report strange anomalies. It changes orbit, alters trajectory, sometimes disappearing completely, only to reappear months later in a new position. Satellites don't do that. Space debris doesn't do that. But an intelligent probe might. One theory suggests the Black Night isn't alien at all, but human. That it's the last relic of a lost Earth civilization, one advanced enough to send technology into space before its own destruction. A civilization wiped out by a cataclysm humanity no longer remembers. If true, the Black Night could be our own creation, a silent messenger from a forgotten age, still orbiting the planet it once came from, watching us repeat the same mistakes.
NASA stopped commenting on the Black Night years ago. The official stance is silence. But military satellites still track an unidentified object matching its size and orbit. Every few months, amateur astronomers spot it again, dark, silent, drifting above our world like a guardian or a warning. Maybe it's just space junk, maybe it's something else. But here's what we know. Whatever the Black Night is, it's older than us, and it's not leaving anytime soon. So the question remains, is it possible that we were never truly alone? That long before we built rockets and radars, someone or something was already watching? Maybe the Black Night isn't a satellite. Maybe it's a mirror, a reflection of who we once were and who we might become again.